Hello Scorpio, Scorpio Rising, and Scorpio Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting November 6th, 2017. And a quick reminder for all of you Scorpios out there, remember if you ever want to get a session with me, you just need to go to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or follow the links below. So what is going on with your astrology this week anyhow? Well, on Thursday we've got the Sun in your sign, forming a lovely trine to Pluto in your third house of communications, pacts, and promises. And it does look like a promise or a commitment or a pact that has been sitting up in the air for a very long time will finally get cemented in your favor. This could be the commencing of a new business contract for some of you who are looking to get more money. Maybe this is an application being accepted, especially if you're looking to go and renew your vocational training, a certificate program, or to update your skills in order to get more money. This could also be actually a wonderful boost for a lot of you who require word of mouth or perhaps, community involvement, viewership, readership, or followings in order to, make your money or get your business. This can be a great move for a lot of you who work online as well, because you will be noticing more interest. If your business has a business page itself, a Facebook, or hell, even a YouTube like this, you may even be noticing a fair amount of followers increasing. On Saturday, we've got Saturn in Sagittarius, in your second house of earned income and employment, forming a very strong and harmonious trine to Uranus in your sixth house of work, reputation, and your schedule. And this is actually a very, very helpful aspect, to be honest. Even though Saturn is seen as a scary planet, remember, it's not always black and white with astrology. And we're bringing order to chaos with this aspect. With Saturn forming a trine to Uranus, we may actually be getting a schedule at work that's been out of control, or unfair, or unpredictable, back under control. And this could be something that actually gives you more power, and also allows you to assert more boundaries and restrictions on perhaps a situation where a project has gotten out of hand, or perhaps a teammate, or maybe even a customer or a client has actually made perhaps something very important start to get a bit off track. This can also be really good news for those of you that are trying to actually get a financial situation under control as it relates to a schedule where we may not be feeling like we're getting the hours we want, deserve, or need. Luckily, we have a commitment to something much more lucrative for you. So what's going on with your cards this week? Well, when it comes to your spiritual advice, we do have the card of the Sphinx in the Madame Endora Fortune card deck. And when we talk about the Sphinx, we have just the very simple kind of message with the text there, choose your words carefully. Now this week could indicate a need for a lot of you Scorpios to do instead of dictate. And this can actually be very important to pay attention to, because with the Sphinx it's kind of saying, look, if we kind of broadcast our moves all the time, if we tell people what we're going to do, what we don't want to do, all of that. Yes, it's important to keep people updated. Yes, it's important to, to have good, clear communication. But more talk than action isn't necessarily going to get people to understand the point we're trying to get across. Sometimes the Sphinx can also, be a message about if you want people to kind of respect your boundaries, it's important not to intrude upon theirs. Sometimes the Sphinx can talk about a need not to pry too much and be careful what you say, because it may actually feel like a person is, starting to worry about you digging for information that you are not digging for. It's about not necessarily worrying about betraying people's trust, but also making sure people don't feel ill at ease when you are just trying to stay informed. Sometimes it's the words we use and the way we say it, not just the way we say it. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we've got the Eight of Cups upright. And this can actually be a really, really nice aspect for a lot of you, because this card talks about walking away from something that is just over and done. It's not worth doing anymore. It's not worth having anymore. And we're moving on to a better prospect or a better opportunity that is actually, a much better fit for where we are right now. And with the Eight of Cups, a lot of you who are maybe looking for work will find something that requires you to, again, pull away from another engagement or another commitment that you have. I've seen a lot of people who get this card even consider putting in their notice, whether it's to leave a company or finally make a transfer to work in a different department or under a new boss. This could also indicate an opportunity opening up for you because of somebody else's departure. at the office. Somebody may actually be putting in their 2 weeks or getting fired, and this may actually spell an opening for you. For your communications with air when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we do have the Two of Wands reversed. And this card can indicate that, yes, we will need to be careful with what we say this week, because the Two of Wands reversed says communication skills, not so great when it comes to friends and family. Usually with the Two of Wands reversed, we have people assuming more about what they think the other person's talking about instead of listening and actually getting the proper comprehension. The Two of Wands reversed can show up where people are jumping to conclusions about what they think the other person is saying and what the other person wants. In a humorous way, it could just be, a little bit more lighthearted, people making innocent mistakes, but also at the same time with the Two of Wands reversed, we definitely have people, again, not necessarily being good or active listeners. Sometimes with the Two of Wands reversed, we can have a misunderstanding come up where we're saying something, they're saying something, and we both think we're picking up what the other person's putting down, and we're missing the point entirely. And with the Two of Wands reversed, it's typically both parties' fault, okay? One person's not putting it the right way, and another person knows they're not getting it, but they're saying they're getting it anyway. Whichever one of those people you are, it can be corrected. For your challenge this week with fire, you have the Tower, upright. And the Tower does indicate something falling apart. There could be a drastic end going on in your environment. Usually with the Tower card upright, it's something that does need to go. It's something that we've been holding on to for way too long. It's something that we've not been willing to let go of, or something that, was perhaps faulty from the ground up. And what's falling apart here is the Page of Wands reversed. And this could indicate possibly a connection with another person, or the involvement of another person that's been a tad unreliable, a tad flaky, and perhaps it's their flaky behavior or the flaky behavior of somebody in this situation that is causing this to fall down. Usually with the Page of Wands reversed, we tend to get people who are just there to be followers. We tend to get people who are just there because they want to be there for the excitement. They don't want to put in any real hard work. Or again, they're kind of impulsive and they're non-committal in the first place. We've all worked with people either in school or at just regular jobs, or even, again, with friends and relatives who are kind of like, they just want to be where the action is. They didn't want to participate in it. And where it leaves you, though, is interesting. We've got the Sun card reversed. And this can actually be a bit of a relief. I think that a lot of you may actually be happy that this thing, or again, this connection or whatever has bound us to this person, is falling to pieces. Funny enough. You may actually be very happy. It may suck in the beginning of it. It may not feel so great. But at the same time, with the Sun card reversed, you're almost happy it's over just to not be around that person anymore. It was almost worth losing it just to not have to deal with him or her. Well, been there. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Ace of Pentacles upright, which is actually a really, really nice card for love, because the Ace of Pentacles does indicate that some kind of, I guess you could say, new root is being planted in love this week. Whether you're single and looking or you're coupled, this is going to be a new energy or even a new person or a new side to your partner that's going to be there for a long time. And the Ace of Pentacles does indicate that this is something that actually is an asset, a boon to this relationship. This could be a new discipline that they are taking on. This could be a new disposition that they are carrying with them. The Ace of Pentacles does often indicate, again, any kind of relationship or dating scenario started over the course of this week will actually end up being the kind of thing that can last the test of time. A lot of people really, really do sell the Pentacle suit short when it comes to love and romance because they want to go for the lovey-dovey Disney cups or the hot and heavy sexy wands, but at the same time with the Ace of Pentacles, it's the one that lasts the test of time. And so a seed is being planted this week when it comes to love. Things may start out a little bit slow, as they do with Pentacles, and it may be a little bit hard to recognize. It may not necessarily feel as passionate, but it does actually have and carry the strength, again, to go on longer. Somebody may actually be making some kind of, maybe even what seems like a platonic gesture when you find out it's actually in the interest of love. Or maybe, again, a partner is taking some baby steps to plant some seeds for something that is meant to bear fruit in the near and distant future both. Either way, pay attention to, again, the subtle energies going on around your relationships this week, because you will be noticing, again, that whatever this is actually a strong commitment in the making. It just may not necessarily carry the validation that can sometimes come from instant gratification. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.